Welcome to my YouTube channel, Road Rider. Today, I am extremely excited to bring you an in-depth review of the brand new 2025 KTM Duke 160, a motorcycle that has already created a lot of buzz in the riding community. KTM has always been a brand that blends aggressive styling, sharp performance, and a sense of thrill in their naked Streetfighter lineup. And with the 2025 Duke 160, the company is aiming to attract riders who want that authentic Duke experience, but in a more accessible, everyday-friendly package. When we talk about the KTM Duke series, it has always been about adrenaline, sharp dynamics, and cutting-edge design. Starting from the iconic Duke 200, moving through the 250, 390, and the more powerful siblings, KTM has created a strong reputation among enthusiasts. Let's begin by talking about the design, because the very first thing that grabs your attention with the Duke series is the way it looks. KTM has always been aggressive in their design language, and the 2025 Duke 160 is no exception. It borrows heavily from its elder siblings, especially the new Duke 200 and Duke 250, now coming to the heart of the machine. The 2025 KTM Duke 160 is powered by a brand new 164.6cc liquid-cooled, single-cylinder, fuel-injected engine. This engine has been tuned specifically to strike a balance between daily commuting efficiency and weekend riding thrill. It produces around 16 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and about 14.5 Newton-meters of torque at 7,000 revolutions per minute. While these figures may not sound earth-shattering on paper compared to its bigger siblings, in real-world riding, this engine feels extremely peppy, refined, and responsive. KTM has engineered this motor with a strong mid-range, which means you get quick acceleration in city traffic and a decent pull on open highways. The engine is mated to a smooth 6-speed gearbox with a slipper clutch, which is a fantastic feature at this displacement level. The slipper clutch not only helps in aggressive downshifts, but also makes city riding easier by reducing lever effort. The fueling is crisp thanks to the advanced fuel injection system, and the throttle response feels immediate, which adds to that sporty feel KTM fans love. One of the strongest aspects of the Duke series has always been the handling, and the Duke 160 stays true to this DNA. Built on KTM's lightweight trellis frame, the bike feels nimble, agile, and confident. It tips into corners effortlessly, and the feedback from the chassis gives the rider a lot of confidence. For suspension duties, KTM has equipped the bike with 43mm WPA PEX USD forks at the front and a monoshock at the rear. This setup is slightly on the firmer side, which means it excels in handling and corner stability, though you may feel a bit of the bumps on rough city roads. However, this firmness is what gives you that razor-sharp precision when carving through twisty roads. Braking performance is another area where KTM has not compromised. The Duke 160 gets a 300mm front disc with a radial caliper and a 230mm rear disc. Assisted by dual-channel ABS, the braking bite is strong, progressive, and inspires confidence even during sudden stops. KTM has also tuned the ABS system to be less intrusive, allowing you to have fun while still keeping things safe. Let's talk about ergonomics. The riding posture of the Duke 160 is upright yet slightly sporty. The wide handlebars give you good control, while the slightly rear-set foot pegs provide a balance between comfort and aggression. Now moving on to performance in real-world riding. In city conditions, the Duke 160 feels light and extremely manageable. The clutch action is light, the gearbox is precise, and the throttle response is smooth, making it very easy to navigate through traffic. The engine has enough torque to pull cleanly from lower revs, so you won't find yourself constantly shifting gears. The cooling system works efficiently, and even in stop-and-go traffic. The bike doesn't heat up excessively. On the highways, the bike can comfortably cruise between 85 to 100 kilometers per hour without feeling stressed. Push it harder, and it can touch speeds around 120 kilometers per hour. But the sweet spot remains under 100, where the bike feels the most refined and stable. The wind blast is noticeable at higher speeds, as it is a naked bike, but within its segment. The Duke 160 performs admirably. The stability at highway speeds is commendable, thanks to the solid chassis and suspension setup. Fuel efficiency is another area where KTM has made improvements. The Duke 160 is expected to deliver around 40 to 45 kilometers (L) in mixed riding conditions. Considering the performance it offers, this is a very respectable figure. With a fuel tank capacity of 13.5 liters, you can expect a decent riding range, making it suitable for both daily commuting and occasional weekend rides. KTM has also worked on making the Duke 160 more refined compared to earlier smaller displacement. Duke's vibrations are well controlled, even at higher revs, and the overall build quality feels premium. The paint finish, the welding on the frame, the fit and finish of the plastics, everything looks and feels solid, which justifies the premium pricing of this motorcycle. Speaking of pricing, KTM has positioned the Duke 160 strategically in the market. It is slightly more expensive than some of its rivals in the 150 to 160cc segment. But the features, performance, and brand image justify the extra cost. You are not just buying a commuter motorcycle. You are buying into the Duke experience, the aggressive design, the sharp handling, and the sporty performance that KTM is known for worldwide. Another thing worth mentioning is the KTM ownership experience. KTM has built a strong service network in many countries, and their after-sales support has improved over the years. Maintenance costs are slightly on the higher side compared to Japanese brands, but what you get in return is a unique riding experience that few other motorcycles in this segment can match. For beginner riders who want to step into the premium biking world, the Duke 160 is an excellent starting point. It is light, manageable, and not overwhelmingly powerful. Yet it gives you a taste of that Duke adrenaline. For experienced riders, it may serve as a great second bike, something fun and nimble for city rides. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.